Everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another movie review, everybody. And we are reviewing the Tom and Jerry live action movie from 2021, everybody, that dropped in on HBO Max and movie theaters where movie theaters are open. My movie theater is still not open, so I'm very happy that Warner Brothers is dropping these movies on HBO Max for at least 30 days because I have HBO Max, so I'm able to watch all these new releases. So I'm very happy they're doing that kind of stuff. And we're getting new movies. So we're here to talk about a new release movie, Tom and Jerry. I grew up watching reruns of old Tom and Jerry cartoons, like Looney Tunes, all that stuff, Scooby-Doo. I love Tom and Jerry growing up. I always remember, like I said, watching the reruns. And this movie, if you enjoy that classic Tom and Jerry, like, stuff with him, Tom and Jerry, you know, doing their thing, fighting each other, chasing each other, Tom's trying to catch Jerry, all the shenanigans they do. This movie is chock full of that stuff. Like, you get that. The animation with all the animals in this movie are animated. And I found it kind of interesting that even though they stand up and they act like humans and everything and they're all animated, the human characters don't really reference that and acknowledge it. So I thought that was very interesting. But the core of the movie revolves around Tom and Jerry and all of what's going on between them and our two main like human characters, which are played by Chloe Grace Moretz and Michael Pena. And the story takes place in this grand hotel in New York, and this Chloe's character sneaks her way into this high management position in this hotel, and in her doing this, she gets tasked to get rid of a mouse problem, which is Jerry, of course, because Jerry decided to take up a residence inside of this grand hotel. And then she eventually meets Tom and brings him on board. He actually gets hired by the hotel, which is silly, to help get rid of Jerry. And Michael Pena's character is kind of like, he's somewhat like the villain of the movie. I mean, he's not technically the villain, but he's portrayed as the villain because of what he ends up doing to Chloe's character and to Tom and to Jerry. So, and there's this big wedding that they're throwing at this huge hotel. So, I mean, overall, I enjoyed the movie. It's most definitely a very kid-oriented and friendly movie. And for people that grew up watching Tom and Jerry cartoons, like, all that's in this movie. Like I said, the Tom and Jerry stuff, they nailed it. It's all there. They brought the A game. It's all done very well. And that, like I said, the animation in the real-world setting looks great. They did a phenomenal job with that. But overall, the movie's just, it's okay. It's just an okay movie. Like, the story is not gonna blow your mind. It's not jaw-dropping. It's just your average story with these cartoony characters thrown in the mix. And it's got a great cast. It really does. But the movie's just, it's just an okay movie. I really don't have a whole lot to say about the movie in general. Some of the characters' acting was a little wooden at times. Like Michael Pena's character, you can kind of tell that, like, you know, he's here, he's getting a check. They're just rolling with it. So I think Chloe Grace did a good job with what she was given and what she was tasked to do. She's got that wit to her like she does in all the movies that she's been in. But yeah, just overall, I mean, it's a fun not animated, live action movie with these animated characters in it. For some reason, I couldn't get over the whole thing of all the animals are animated in this movie and they talk and everything, and none of the humans seem to acknowledge that. Like, they were used to it. They were used to these doves that are doing our introductions and rapping, and it was weird to me that they just didn't acknowledge it. It's like that's the way things were, almost like this takes place in a different reality or universe or something. That's just a little nitpick, though. Just a little nitpick. But overall, it was just fun. I mean, if you have kids, they probably love the hell out of the movie. And like I said, if you enjoyed the old school Tom and Jerry cartoons, you will get some sort of level of enjoyment out of the movie, because they most definitely give you lots of Tom and Jerry action. That's for damn sure. So, and by the end of the movie, they're actually kind of friends. So, which is kind of cool. So, overall though, if I had to give it a score, I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like crazy good. It was just in the middle. It was okay. It was fun. Reminded me of my childhood a little bit. So 7 out of 10 for Tom and Jerry, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll be catching you on Tube later, because I have spoken.